What is up, everybody? Welcome into this actual new video of TechExpress. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to create a newsletter step by step. So the very first thing you want to do is to figure out what is an actual newsletter. What I do love to do before creating stuff into Canva or whatever application that I'm in, I do love to check it out some, let's say, inspiration or some template that I can use to, let's say, to figure out how this actual works, and then later on I can use that inspiration as an inspiration, of course, all those newsletters and inspiration, and then later on I can start my own. So for example, here we have the newsletter. Let's go for newsletter template inside our google.com, and as you can see, this is how it's going to be looking. This is like just an example of how it's going to be looking in actual newsletter. We have like an image, we have a lot of banners in here, we have a few titles, we have a few information here, we have a few top news, for example. Here I click here and as you can see, we have exactly the same thing: more images, more information, more titles. We have a lot of blocks though, and now I have like an idea of what I can do. So I'm going to head down into canva.com. I'm going to hit into create my design, but before I hit into create a design, let's focus into the actual template. The templates are going to be helping you a lot to design using Canva, and totally for free. We don't have to do like this step if you don't want it to. We can go directly into Canva, focus into search 1000 and templates, and here I wanted to look out for my actual keyword, which is of course newsletter. So if I hit here, it says newsletter. I have a lot of newsletter templates. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually lots, but really lots of stuff that you can use. There are a few that are totally for free. There are more that needs to be with Canva Pro. If you want to check it out, the Canva Pro version, you can check it out for the next 30 days totally for free. So I'm going to leave you that link down below so you can check it out by yourselves. So once you do like one of those, you need to click there. Let's say that in my case, I wanted to look for something really easy to get started with. For example, this one. And as you can see, we do have like a preview of how it's going to be looking, this actual template, and down here we have more like this. So more like this are related into this actual template that we chose. So in my case, I think that I wanted to focus into something a little bit easy, much more easier. So we go back here. I think that I just chose that I kind of like one of, for example, this one. I kind of like this one. So as you can see, this template comes with 2 pages. And down here we have more related newsletter. So I want to choose, let's say for example, this option here for, let's say, like a big sale, for example. I'm going to go for customize this template. This one should be taking me into the editor of Canva. So what we can do is now to start customizing here our actual page newsletter. So this newsletter, I'm going to be using that for an email marketing campaign. So in my case, what I wanted to do is to focus here into the some version. So I need to move this a little bit like this and focus into my main information. So first of all, let's try to focus into what is the actual element that you wanted to make the sale for. So in my case, let's go for a big sale. I think it's actually working, but instead of 70% off, I want to actually select this title. I'm gonna send this into the back, so I can click here, and instead of 70%, let's go only for 30% off. There we go. So I think that now what I wanted to do is to delete this element. Let's go for April or May, actually, of 2023. May the 10th of the 2023. There we go. So later on, I have the delivery newsletter through email is one of the best ways to build a strong relationship with your membership and customers. So do not miss our best products to shop in this. Let's go for huge deals, shop now. So I'm going to scroll a little bit down. I have the product name number 1, and here let's say that I wanted to focus into example number 1, or let's go for uploads. And of course, this is only an example. Of course, this is just an example, but in my case, let's say that I'm selling a few mugs here. So I wanted just to add these elements just as an example, so you can see how it's going to be looking, and at the end of the day, you can check it out if this one is actually working for you or not. So here, let's go for custom mugs, $45. Let's go, I think of like pretty much, let's go for only $14. And this one should be $12. So let's go for white mugs. and here you can change the text if you wanted to. I have the free shipping over 100%, shop now. So now later on, what I wanted to do is to change the actual colors for my actual branding colors. So I think that I kind of like the palette colors that appears in here, but I wanted to change this color for something a little bit more bluer. So I wanted to go here into the upper sizes color, and here I want to change for something like this, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. So automatically the document colors have this latest color that we chose, so we can match this color with the latest one. So I can just choose this one and change the same color that we just created before. So there you go. So as you can see, it's looking now really great now. So later on, I wanted to change the orange color for something a little bit more, let's say greener. Let's say, for example, like this. There we go. So I'm gonna just make this a little bit more darker, and there we go. So I'm gonna do exactly the same technique that we chose before. I'm gonna be choosing exactly the same color, and here we have the same color. Now, since this is an actual newsletter, what I wanted to do is to add a linked page here, right? So what I want to do is to choose here my element. I'm going to be choosing two of these elements. I'm going to click now into group, and here I wanted to look out for link. So here into linked, enter a linked or search. What I want to do is to add the link of my actual shop. In my case, I do have a Google Sites website. So I'm going to go into Google Sites. I go into sign in. I go and look out for my custom URL, which in my case is this one. So I'm going to go into here. I go back here into Canva. I paste it here, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. So I want to choose the text as well as this element. I group those before I click into linked. So I click into link once again, enter a link here, and there we go. So later on, as you can see, it says linked added. So lastly, let's go into show, download, select all the pages 1 and 2, and instead of choosing file PNG, let's go for PDF standard file. So I go into download, and my PDF now is ready to get sent. So I go into save, I go here into my download, I click here, and I take a look into how it's going to be looking my actual newsletter. And if I click into shop now, this should be taking me into my actual site that we have just created. So the actual newsletter is really working, and it's really looking really great into maybe the custom email or the custom website that we want to be sent in. So I think that we have now covered the basics. I think that we have now created something really awesome. If you wanted to edit more stuff, we do have now here Canva. We can add more pages, and I can go directly into this sign, so I can add more and more elements as I am creating my actual newsletter. So with that being said, guys, hopefully this was a very useful information for you. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more amazing tools how you can create stuff here into Canva. And well, guys, with that being said, I'll see you on the actual next video.